Welcome to the Random Cinematic Universe, the podcast where we use a random movie generator to pick the movies that we watch and then discuss. This week, the algorithm has chosen Baggage Claim from 2013. Today, I have with me Jesse Nelson and Nina Borneval. I am Zach Jones, and yeah, we're going to watch Baggage Claim. So, first off, have either of you seen it before? I've not.
No. This was not my cup of tea in 2013. I just graduated.
This was exactly the type of movie that I could have seen. It didn't. I guess it was just a little bit later on from when I was watching a lot of romantic comedies.
I have not seen it ever. It was directed by David E. Talbert, who it was also based on a novel he wrote.
Oh, okay.
And he wrote the screenplay. Starring Paula Patton, who I recognized immediately and couldn't figure it out. She's the human-orc hybrid, I think, from World of Warcraft, the movie.
A movie we all hold dear to our hearts.
Or I guess Warcraft, the movie. But either way, she was in that movie.
You recognize someone? Oh yeah, because the orcs were just like hot women with like green makeup on, weren't they?
I think that's why I thought she was a hybrid. It's literally just a woman with like the tiniest little teeth poking out, painted green.
That's some nerd stuff.
Gamora, essentially.
Yeah.
Budget Gamora. Anyways, Paula Patton, Taye Diggs, who
is always a joy.
There's not a single movie ever where I think that he plays a nice person.
Yeah, that's why he's always a joy.
Yeah.
He didn't play a not nice person. He was just inconsiderate.
We will get there.
We'll get there. Also,
let us mansplain how men treating women will be. Nina.
Also, we have
This explains a lot.
Jimon Hansu, who is fantastic.
And he kills no one in this movie, which is a shock to me.
Yeah, he kills people a lot. Anyways,
or he's a wizard.
Before we get into it, we are going to go through every detail of this movie. So if you have not seen it and wish to watch it first, maybe go ahead and watch this because this is going to get into deep spoiler territory.
Did I spoil that Jimon Hansu's not a wizard in this and doesn't kill anyone? I'm sorry.
Who would like to give us a basic synopsis of the plot?
So I finished watching this 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So I feel like technically I might have the cleanest. So Montana Moore is a woman whose mother is just a psychopath.
Oh my god!
She's been married 4 times. Five. No,
Five.
just 4 times.
Five.
No, I think it's 5.
Oh my god.
Because I remember writing down 6 because I picked a random number and I was like, that's ridiculous. And then 2 seconds later in the movie, she's like, I know you've been married 5 times. And I was like, oh wow.
And so her mother has kind of created this like standard in the family that you get married. It's a thing you do. And Montana's approaching her 30s, right? She's like 29, I think.
Well, Paula Patton was 38 when they filmed this movie.
I know, but this is La La Land.
Yes.
Yeah, so she's approaching 30, and she's like, I'm not going to be... It's a combination of, I don't want to be not married by the time I'm 30, and also I need to have, like, a fiance for my sister's wedding.
Yeah.
Which is a very unhealthy timetable to create yourself. And so what she does as a flight attendant is she does the healthy thing and stalks all her exes, arranges herself to be
simultaneously at the same time,
which is impressive.
Just casts the widest net.
Yeah, and arranges to be on their flights to have like meet cutes and then try to rekindle the failed relationship, and it goes about exactly as you expect it does. And then in the end, she kind of like finds herself or whatever. She does, and then completely goes back on her values.
Yeah. It's like I found myself. You don't need a man. Blah blah blah. And then the man that she's gonna end up with the whole time presents himself, and she's like, oh yeah, don't need to be an independent woman.
I was hoping she was gonna get together with Adrian Brody, but that's just me.
Sassy gay Adrian Brody was hands down the best part of this movie.
Yeah, Jimmy Olsen, he was great.
Whoa. Gail was the best part of this movie.
So she has 2 friends. Who are like her partners in crime, which is Gail, the most HR nightmare in existence, and then what was gay Jimmy Olsen's name?
I don't know.
Adrian Brody.
Adam Brody.
Adam Brody. Adrian Brody was not in this movie. Sean? I don't know.
Sam.
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 Yeah. He does not like green eggs and ham.
Sorry, the opening introduction to Gale, right off the bat, sets a tone for this movie that is sadly not followed through on.
A little bit.
Gale pushes the envelope. You think she's going to have a lot more sex with these dates.
Yeah, we just don't see it happen. No, there's one where she's on the phone. She's on the phone and she's like, the dude's in the bathroom or the guy's about, like, oh yeah, no, the guy comes back in as she hangs up the phone.
You got 59 minutes. Which is on the phone with Montana. That's a line.
Yeah, it is heavily implied that, like, every time she's on the phone with Mo, like, she's at a hookup.
Gale is.
Yeah, Gale.
Yeah, Mo doesn't have any sex.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You're
incorrect.
No, Mo has sex once.
Yeah, and she was about to fuck that dude.
After she is brought onto a boat and laid on a bed of fucking roses and fed champagne. Okay. After months of dating someone, she puts out.
So we need to talk. Let's lead up to this because there's a commentary about that sex scene that I need to make. That
okay, wait. Before I wasn't done with Gale, and then we'll go back to this. So the opening introduction to Gale is one of the most amazing scenes that I've ever seen because this flight attendant proceeds to dump a barrel of nuts on a barrel of nuts. Sorry, you distracted me.
Yeah.
A little cup of nuts.
Just a whole barrel of nuts.
Like I said, I got distracted.
Yeah.
So dumps a cup of warm nuts onto his nuts.
Yeah.
And then how she like proceeds to like slowly and sensually pick them up, and then even comment about how she's.
I got your nuts all dirty or something like that.
I made a mess of your nuts.
Yeah.
It's so forward.
Yeah.
I thought there was going to be way more of that.
Yeah, that is like in the first like 5 minutes, and then it doesn't really go that route as much.
No.
Because I guess what the idea is like at the beginning, she has someone that she thinks is her forever guy, and then it turns out that he's married and like she's the other woman.
Yeah.
Right. Like and she she figures out in the healthy way by stalking him back at his home, but before that, like she gets taken out to New York or where did he take her to? Because she was all over the place.
It was Lake Michigan.
Okay.
That he takes her out on the boat.
So, and then has this beautiful night. Like you said, like there's like a rose petal bed and they make love to a song that by the way, thank God I had subtitles turned on for this. Anyone notice the lyrics of that song while they're making love in the bed? It's like, it's gonna rain in your bed. You're gonna get all wet. I'm gonna dive right in. I want to be inside you. Like, it is the most, like, we are fucking song.
Wow.
Yeah, like, it's overt.
Many times, the lyrics to the songs in this movie are so on the nose.
Yeah,
because when Best Friend and her are having, albeit it turns out to be a dream sequence. Mm-hmm. No, it's not a dream sequence. Mm-hmm. When they're dancing, the song that they dance to. No,
the whole thing's a dream sequence. Because that leads into the doctor moment.
Yep.
She's asleep in the car on the drive home.
I feel like the dance.
Nope. Everything's. I just remember. So she gets a ride home, snuggles up next to him. They drive home. Goes to his place. He makes drinks. They look at the yearbook. They dance like they did in the yearbook. Then the doctor takes the stethoscope to her butt. And then she wakes up.
I was pretty sure. It reads to me like the dream.
I just got a text from someone that just says, "we." I'm not going to say from who, but...
It just says what?
Just says we.
Just says we.
Just says we.
It's just we.
Also, for anybody who is watching this and not just listening,
yes, hello,
and has seen me reaching over and moving microphones, it's because Mark, who is our technician right now, is not paying attention to his phone, and audio was spiking.
I am paying attention to the phone, not paying attention to the feed.
Well, no, I sent you a message. That maybe turn the microphone volume down on there a little bit. No, on the laptop. It's
the fucking confused look we just got.
Honestly, this is the thing I don't. Is it this one?
It's up. It's top left.
Yeah. Doesn't. He chases bicycles.
Was this door closed?
What? No. Which setting are you doing? The mic volume?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's all we want.
Cool. I think that's good now. I want to get this a little closer to my face.
Anyways, that's fun. Technical issues in the middle of episodes. Hi, everyone.
Yeah, well, again, we're in a garage. Just throw this out here.
We are not in a permanent
It's raining
location.
outside. I put rain in our old fashions. Anyways, go on.
So when we were talking about the songs, when they're dancing,
Yes.
just in terms of cinematography, like the song choices, the lyrics just match the scenes so well.
Or like the montage with like, it's like, these wings are gonna fly, and she's like flying all over the place. I'm like, oh, cool, great.
Did you pick up on the fact that when they're dancing, and it's like the idea is like whether or not it's real, dreamed, or whatever, they're dancing at their prom to this song, and the whole song is "This Isn't Love."
Yeah.
And it's the two of them just like jamming out to it, and I was like, oh my god, so on the nose. I
mean, like the thing that this made me realize, and it's because we work on these a lot, is like these we work on like a lot of hallmarky romantic comedies as like our 9 to 5,
comedy
daily grind.
Comedy
right?
is a stretch, but okay.
No, they're poorly written,
romantic
but they're attempted.
Interludes.
No, here's the thing. Last 6 years of me, last 6 years of me doing this. No, Shirley Temple sippers. We'll get there in a second. But
oh, come on! When her husband's not around, she drinks.
Oh, absolutely.
I think she does more than drink.
I want to talk about the scene, but no, it's like these romantic comedies that are like made for so cheap for Hallmark, and this like we're working on right now, and going from work and then finishing watching this movie, it is the same thing with more money thrown at it, more locations, more production design, but like the structure, the content, the
100%.
I mean, it's a little racier
usually
because it's theatrical, but
usually films that are meant for North American audiences get away with being a little edgier with their jokes and being better with their jokes because they're not trying to sell to foreign markets where maybe the comedy is lost, whereas the films that we work on, the biggest markets are foreign markets.
Yes, exactly.
So they have to be like,
French.
It still has to make sense when we translate. Yeah, it's weird.
It's the French.
Hey, don't blame my people. We did nothing wrong.
No, you're separatist French. There's a difference.
So just going.
Careful what you throw around.
You left France and you want to leave Canada. That's all I'm saying. Politics.
But France doesn't love
Speaking of politics, the political dinner.
Okay, let's talk about it. This is a good scene.
Yes, no, I'm sorry. If we should move through chronologically.
Yeah,
okay.
Otherwise, we're going to less. Just back to the Gail thing. I did actually have a note here that just says Gail would get fired so fast for sexual harassment.
You have to get caught to get fired, and I feel like her advances are very welcome. She does a very good job of convincing a man that he needs his nuts to be warm.
Or she's a strategic predator.
Yes.
Right? Is the other thing. She catches the glances as they walk. She 100% catches the glances as they walk in through the fucking doorway of the airplane.
Who checks her out?
Very moral. She is very moral. And we see this when the plan gets brought up. No.
She's got a weird point. She's got a weird fucking point.
When the plan gets brought up by Gay Sam, and why this is his plan, I don't know.
They're drinking. They are drinking to their credit, and they call out that they're drinking.
But when the plan is brought up, the very illegal plan of stalking these people and booking their flights and purposefully making her abusing completely of their privilege, Gail is the number one person who repeatedly, more than once, states emphatically how this is wrong, stupid, and illegal.
Yeah, she puts up a stink.
She's full on against it.
Yeah,
I was more referring to the beginning of the film.
That is the beginning.
We're gonna go back to the. No, we're not there yet. We're before this, before the plan.
They're still on the plane. She's
and this is when.
That's right.
So basically, what happens is Mo goes on this big romantic sailboat getaway.
She does encourage her to go to this.
And then her boyfriend says, "Oh, I need to go to New York, so I'm gonna drop you off at this super swanky hotel.
I got some work shit I gotta do tonight, and I gotta review some stuff, and then I'll go."
Yeah, and. So,
which, I mean, I knew where it was going, but it did feel like a genuine, like, her being like, oh, I'm sure something just came up, makes sense. Like, he's known to be a globetrotter for work, and he played it in a way that's not like, a thing just happened and I gotta go.
It's literally like, I have to get home, grab my shit, and fly out.
What I'm saying is they didn't do the thing that these movies always do, where she gives him an easy out, and he goes... and then he goes, gotta go. Like there was like a thing where she's like, hey, can I help? He's like, I'd love that, but you can't. Like, He's a good liar.
I don't want to break into the semantics, but like, what's the drive between when they get off the boat and when she gets dropped off at the hotel? Because she falls asleep.
Yes.
How rude and childish to let a grown woman sleep while you drive her and wake her up at a hotel.
Nina, he's a bad person. I'm not disputing that.
No, you guys are trying to like, you didn't, like, no, at some point, if it was real, he would have gotten the information. Like,
I'm saying in a storytelling world building sense, while me as an audience member immediately knows what's going on, they didn't overplay the hand of like,
they didn't try and make it seem like he's obviously
like
trying to ditch
her having doubt and her friend putting the bug in her ear made more sense rather than like, this woman's stupid to be like,
see, I'm more the Gale. I'm more the Gale where I'm just like, what do you mean he dropped you off at the hotel? Like, nah.
Okay,
like,
so that's where I say that Gale is a terrible person, because she immediately is like, go spy on him.
That is an unhealthy thing.
Like, she immediately
spying on him, unhealthy. Believing that something is wrong, healthy.
For sure. Saying an opinion is great. Saying go to that man's house.
Also, she says it. And then what does she say when Mo calls her from the house? Oh, you crazy bitch, I didn't actually mean to do it. What are you doing?
But she does this back and forth where she's like, I can't believe you did that. Keep going.
As someone who's actively been a bad influence to her friends.
Yeah, I believe that.
I don't think there's anything wrong with Gail. I think she's still a morally good person. She's there for the good time.
Okay.
I mean, here's the thing. Who's a morally bad person? The guy who's sleeping with someone on his pregnant wife.
Yeah, that guy's a piece of garbage.
Also, his like office den has too much brown. It's like mahogany wood, brown chair.
It smells like leather through the screen.
Oh, yeah.
Disgusting.
Let's also bring up the fact that so they make this big stink about she's supposed to be going with him for the weekend for Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And they make it seem like, Thanksgiving is like, you don't invite somebody to Thanksgiving unless this is a forever thing. And like I don't know how, but they try and play it off like Thanksgiving is the sexiest holiday.
I mean, turkey's not the only thing getting stuffed. That is a line from the film.
Yes. Also, I can't remember if it's the mom or Gail who tries to give Mo cranberry flavored
condoms. It's
yeah,
Gail. It's Gail.
Yeah.
You know you can do this subtly and not just come to a grinding halt.
Mark started doing like weird hand signals.
No, in? God damn it, you said out. You did a pull out method. God damn it. No wonder you have a fucking kid.
Yeah.
I'm so kidding. That was a bad joke.
Anyway, so there's cranberry flavored condoms.
Maybe got that.
Okay, I have a lot of questions about flavored condoms, but I feel like this is not the place for it. So we're gonna move on.
No. I think we should get into this.
I think we absolutely should.
Why?
Because back in the 80s and 90s, STDs were much more prevalent than they are today.
Incorrect.
And so is it though?
There's more people. I guarantee there's more STDs out there.
In North America, they seem to be less common
It's safer to suck dick with a condom around. Yeah. It might as well taste better than latex.
Yeah, that's exactly what the point of them was.
Now, just don't suck weird dicks you don't know where they've been. Personally, if I'm just going to throw a thing out there.
Yeah.
But also, cranberry flavored? Like, what the fuck? Was it cranberry sauce or just cranberry? Because those are two things.
It was just...
Cranberry sauce has some sweetness. Straight up cranberries, that's a tart-ass dick.
It was straight up just cranberry flavored condoms.
Nah, not for that.
Wait. Why are you tasting the condom?
That's where I draw the line. I don't want my dick tasting like cranberries. Call me old-fashioned, whatever. I'm drinking old-fashioned. That was not it. Okay.
There you go.
Before we get away from it, there's just one little bit here, because they're talking about, like she's excited to go for this trip. Or was this afterwards? Anyways, there's a scene where they're serving the airplane. Mm-hmm. And it's her and Sam. And they're having a conversation across the center aisle. If I went on a plane and my flight attendants were having a gossipy conversation at almost a yelling pace, I would open the fucking emergency exit. I don't care what altitude we're at. For the love of God, just fucking get... I don't want to be on this plane. And I don't want to hear about, like, your relationship drama across the entire cabin, for the love of God.
Yeah.
They come out with trays. They stand above these people.
Like
They
people.
yell at each other, and they immediately come back.
I know.
No, doesn't Sam hand
You
off
know exactly
one
what
thing?
you're talking about. Yeah.
Also, can we talk about the fact that Adam Brody is the token white guy in every movie he's in, no matter who the rest of the cast is?
Yeah, it could be a fully white cast, and he's the token white guy.
Yeah.
He's just got such a whole, I think the only time I've ever seen them, like, subvert his thing was, like, Jennifer's Body. He was the singer of the band that ends up, like, sacrificing her to Satan.
He does.
Anyways.
He does
I've
say
Jennifer's Body, I guess.
one of my most quoted lines of all time from Grind, which is, "Wake up and smell the desperation." Which is just a great...
How often does that come up in your life, Zach?
We work in film, so a lot.
That's fair. Oh, by the way, when she's at the house, by the way, there's two things that happen in this movie when she's sneaking up on her lover's house that happened twice back to back and then never again by my recollection. There's a fucking flip transition where the whole screen goes and flips around to a new image. Happens twice, doesn't happen the rest of the movie. There's crossfades, there's like every like by the book transition, but then there's there's a bunch of like cartoony like Nickelodeon, Disney Channel fucking there's two of them. They just happen at random and I was like, what the like
I don't know if I was too tired to notice.
No, it's the punchline of like, I'm not gonna go to his house. And then she's at his house.
Oh yeah.
Weird. I didn't pick up on these at all.
It irked me. It's irksome.
I can see.
I'm irked.
Yeah, so... we were covering this already. They are all going to jail for what they did. Also, so they have this
they didn't
entire...
get caught.
They have this entire network of people who work in the airport. Security guy was my favorite.
I relate to him so much. As an AD, I'm going to use on this next movie the line, I don't have anywhere to be.
No. I don't have a life, so I can use all my time to ruin yours.
That is the line that Carl is my spirit animal.
I want to be standing in front of a crowd of people one day.
I wrote it down somewhere.
Yeah, no, that man was like Cedric. His name is Cedric. Sorry.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
He was sparingly used, but he kept popping up, and it was enjoyable every time the security guy popped up.
Yeah, he was great. Yeah. But what I want to point out is, so we've got like the ticket person, we've got the security, the one guy,
concierge.
We have the security guy. At no point does any person in this movie work at the baggage claim, or nor do we ever see a baggage claim.
But here's the thing.
I know
the
that
ticket lady is the baggage claim lady.
But here's the
baggage claim is where you get your baggage when you're getting off the plane.
But we never see them get their baggage.
Yeah.
No.
In a movie called Baggage Claim.
Because it's about their personal baggage.
Well, but here's the thing. What would because the people that work in Baggage Claim are the ones who like fucking put on the conveyor belt. What's that person gonna do?
I know, but
there's no one at you. By the way,
but the title of the movie is Baggage
You
Claim.
claim your own baggage. You there it is. You take it and you walk away.
Like I know that
there's not like your baggage, sir.
I know they were trying to do like a fun pun of baggage claim, and it's all about these people's baggage. Mm-hmm. But I was like, but at least have one person who like works in baggage.
That's a really weird thing to get hung up on.
It's just something that bugged me during the movie.
Yeah. You know what bugged me during the movie? She gets broken up with. She's sad.
Yes.
As a props person, I need your take on this. Okay? She goes to the friend's house. Or the friend knocks on her door because she's
mentioned
singing.
He mentioned this
she's
earlier.
She's singing like a sad song, and apparently she's been doing this for hours. So he like knocks on her door, her like neighbor / friend.
Yeah.
And is like, hey, you got to get out of the house. Like you're driving us crazy, but also like you don't need to like get dressed, make yourself up, come to my place. We'll make lunch, and I'm trying to help you.
Yeah.
Right. And then she comes over to his place. He pours her a glass of wine, and then makes lobster.
Yep.
And like that was the most insane. Just like they're just making lunch, and it's like a 4-course meal that you never see them eat.
Yep.
What's your thoughts on that?
I hated it so much.
Should I show that scene to every director we work with?
For those of you at home, food scenes are the bane of a props master's existence. And so scenes like this drive me up the fucking wall.
Now, in all fairness, I don't think that lobster was real.
I
think that was plastic. You toss it in the pot. Like, it's not to be served. It's the prop that you put. Because I refuse to believe that they're going to buy a real lobster to put in a pot of boiling water that you don't see the just as a props person, you have a prepared. You usually have a prepared meal.
And that's
right?
the thing is,
you have like the prepared meal that the prop master makes.
One of the things that we don't have.
But in your budget, would you buy an extra lobster to just dip in water repeatedly, or would you?
I mean, honestly, either the budget on a movie like this permits it, and it doesn't matter, or it's filmed in either New York or Los Angeles, where you would probably have a prop rental house that has a really good fake lobster.
Yeah.
We do not have that here.
No. Nor do we have lobsters.
Now I'm hungry.
For lobster?
Yeah.
Oh, let's go to Red Lobster. The closest one's like 5 hours away.
Is that the only place to get lobster in Kelowna?
That you trust?
No place?
Nina, we're like 5 hours inland. The more seafood comes to us, the less I trust it.
Yeah.
I come from Montreal, which like
it's basically on the ocean.
So there's ocean real close to there.
In Montreal. No, there's
the river goes in, but where does the river go?
To the okay. This is a really long sidebar, but you have to understand that Montreal is so far inland of Canada that I grew up privileged, not understanding that seafood was more readily available to us based on the St. Lawrence Channel, which is a very long channel.
Yes, yeah.
And so to say that I live close to the ocean is obscene.
I honestly don't know.
Close to a port that has a higher access.
She's ocean adjacent. You're ocean adjacent.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you showed me a map of
closer to the ocean, that I was going to have more access to seafood. And that is incorrect because getting to Vancouver is harder.
Yes.
You move and you learn some things.
Really, if you want seafood, you go to the East Coast. It's great.
So she starts dating around.
Yeah. Okay. So they come up with this big plan that her sister is getting married and she wants to be engaged before her sister's wedding, which is bonkers.
Also, because we're going to glaze over this at the end, her mom's a nightmare, and then they have the come to Jesus moment at the end. I just need to bring this up right now. Does not redeem how much of a fucking nightmare this mother is, and just abusive and manipulative and emotionally damaging. I just need to bring that up.
My first note about the mother says, "Mom can get fucked."
Absolutely,
it's obscene.
Yeah, well, it goes past comedic and just like oppressively
worrisome.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
yeah. Worrisome is the best way to
like
do it.
The last when we did battle Ewok Battles for Andor, and we have to do a wellness check on the actor who played Sindel. We have to do a wellness check on the character that grew up with this mother.
Yeah. I mean, it does show like why she would have this pathos of like, I have to get married.
Oh yeah, she's brainwashed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, the line in the movie is, my mother always said, you're not a lady until you get married, and you're not a woman until you have a child. Yep. Which is just horrendous thinking.
Some Joss Whedon level thinking.
And let me tell you, as a woman in her late 30s, that is already a prevailing huge pressure in society. So to have like a mother who just like embodies this and pushes it, like I can't imagine.
I'm curious, like watching this film, was your takeaway like more pressure or alleviating pressure? Do you know what I mean? Like did this movie leave you with a feeling of like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like did it feel like this just like added to the weight, or like,
a very good question. It actually made me very angry that in 2013 stories like this are still getting pushed forward by execs, because inevitably I think that in these hierarchies that there are women in power that are letting these kinds of ideas and stories go forward, and that kind of bullshit, just gonna say it, makes me really fucking pissed off, because it just adds to the idea, contributes to the idea, because someone like me can watch this movie and go, it's fucking weird and hilarious. A 16-year-old, coming across it on, what is it, Disney Plus that we're watching this? Might have a mom who's just a little bit like this mom, and it just kind of helps to continue to feed into that idea. So I get really overprotective about women in society, and we continue to push this.
And that's the weird thing about, jump to the end of the movie here for a second, is that it plays out this whole thing of who the person I truly brought is myself, and I found myself, and like I'm okay with just being me, and I don't have to fit into this idea that you have to get married, and then immediately accepts a proposal.
Yep. This movie would have still been a fantastic movie if she meets
no one.
No one. It could have ended at the wedding with the speech. Boom, we're done. It could have ended with her going to her friend. It would have been really cute if the friend had proposed and she just said, "No, you're the person that made me realize that I don't need this. Let's just go to France."
Yeah, let's go on a date. Let's start with a date.
Let's go. And that would have been like amazing. She learned something.
Yeah.
We've
she's
grown.
She's still open to the relationship, but not being like the.
It doesn't define me. I don't need this.
Yeah.
The need for it is what gets really frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah, and let's talk about. So her plan is to stalk all these men.
No. Track their movements in an efficient manner.
Okay.
Sounds much better.
Track these men in an efficient manner
With a team.
And
it's kind of like the deadliest game.
But she has like what? It's between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yeah,
is the timeline for the
mid-November. U.S. So it's like mid-November.
Mid-November to end of December. So it's a little over a month.
Yeah,
is the timeline for this film that she expects to rekindle a flame with somebody who has either she has already broken up with or has already broken up with her.
Did they ever go into each the examples
never mention what happens?
Okay.
And so they're gonna look up all these old dudes, try and hook her up with them, and that they're going to propose within a couple of weeks.
I mean, in all fairness, when it happens, they almost propose in a couple of fucking hours.
Yeah, and that is also worrisome.
Fast.
And
it's
let
like
me tell
you need to get married and marry a dude that you've been dating for a day.
As someone who's been proposed to more than once in her life, it's never been hours. That is ridiculous. Ridiculous.
But like days?
Not even.
Chivalry truly is dead. No, but going back, this does create like a weird false sense of like how relationships develop.
100%.
Like everyone loves like the new romance energy, and that's great. But like, one, that doesn't always happen. Of like, boom, off to the races. Sometimes it's like real slow go, and other times it's like real fast, and then it fucking decays like immediately. Like it's just, I don't know. These movies again are like a weird sense of like, and I get that they're selling an emotion, like they're just a purified feeling, but yeah, it is weird to be like in under a week she almost gets not proposed to, but like real close to twice.
Yeah.
Langston, and then technically hotel guy didn't propose, but I would still argue that was a proposal.
That's his proposal.
Yeah, his version of it.
And let's call a spade a spade. The boat guy who's cheating on his wife makes it sound like he's proposing.
We never actually said what happened there.
Yeah.
We never actually brought up what happened. So she's spying on dude she had the romantic date with at the beginning. She goes and spies on him, and his very pregnant wife comes home.
Yes.
And that's what sets off he wasn't cheating on Mo. Mo was the one he was cheating with.
She was the other woman. Yeah.
And he absolutely made it sound like he was going to marry her.
Yeah, it was like
her to put out
long term,
the whole thing of all
he had to make it rain in her bed
forever.
So it's raining in her bed. That's the lyric.
Let's talk about guy number one.
So he was the rapper, right?
Yes.
He's the only one that we actually talk a little bit about their relationship, because she says he can take care of himself, blah blah. And
so she left him.
Yeah,
obviously.
And then we find out that he has become a famous musician,
a successful musician. I do think when they bring him up, I don't think they because these movies sometimes oversell someone. They don't be like he's like a multi-Grammy winner. It's like no, he's like up and coming. He's got heat beneath him right now. He's starting to skyrocket. I appreciate that they were like semi-realistic in the.
Yeah, it's not like how have you not heard of your ex-boyfriend being super famous?
Yeah. Right, as opposed to
it's like, oh, you haven't Googled him.
Yeah, and so she bumps into him. Correct me wrong. Sometimes
she orchestrates being in the plane with him as he's flying.
But sometimes, from what I could tell in the movie, sometimes she's working the flight, and sometimes she's just on it.
Yeah, sometimes they just put her as a passenger on the plane.
Yeah.
And I think the way that works is basically like
using her miles.
You're working, so you fly to this location, but you don't have the shift back, so we just throw you on the plane.
It goes between the
which
two.
brings me, when we get to Hotel Guy, I have a massive plot hole to talk about, but it's fine. So she ends up, I think, in the first class flying there. I think she's a passenger on that first plane because she's not in uniform. She's in that little cocktail dress or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they clearly, talk, and then off the plane they're like, "Hey, we should, since you're here, like, do you want to grab a drink or whatever?" And then they go to a club, and he's just like throwing out money, like buying nice bottles of champagne or whatever. Yep. And then they meet
who he says is his manager's wife or his partner's wife.
Yeah. I think she's with. Is she the wife or is she one of the partners? I thought she was like one of the managers, one of the people running the.
No. He does say that she's married to somebody.
Oh, okay. Of course, women can't have any agency in this film. My bad. I took it as being like she was one of the people at the record label, and she just happened to be the one. Because, like, spoiler, she's bankrolling him. He's broke. She's the sugar mama per se, and he's sleazing around with Montana.
Yeah,
on her.
Yeah,
those verbs and prepositions made sense, I think.
Yep.
Because they go back to his place, and he jumps in the jacuzzi with his underwear on. Which is a weird thing because I guess they couldn't drop trow. And then she comes home and it's like gonna fucking murder us, bitch.
Oh no, not just. Well, she comes home and he doesn't live there. He has the key to her house, and he comes into her house and is using the jacuzzi and is trying to hook up with Mo. And then he's like, I don't live here. This isn't my jacuzzi. It's not my house.
He's like, you should go on the fire escape. Like, he's just like, oopsies. She will kill you. That's right. She will kill you when you get in here. And I recognize that actress. I think she was the one that plays like the angry woman. She might have been like a Disney actress. Like was that one of the twins? Was that Tia or Tamara?
Oh. Isn't the dad from that show in Pizza Hut commercials now?
I don't know. Why would I have that?
No, I feel like I just saw him in a Pizza Hut commercial.
Okay, I'm Googling two things. One, was she in that? And
so
who's the guy in Pizza
who was the next guy after that?
The next guy after that is Langston.
The politician.
Langston was probably one of my favorite story arcs.
Please tell us why, because it's also.
I
think it's all three of ours.
I think it's all
three of ours.
Langston
it's a highlight of the movie.
Langston is absolutely the highlight of the movie.
Juicy.
So Langston comes out of nowhere and makes you go, oh my god, this plot's gonna work. So Langston is the like dusted himself off, like made something of himself, up and coming senator, all of the right moves, everything, and then it takes
was Tia.
hard. No,
It was Tia. She was in baggage claim. Yeah, it was one of the.
Okay,
twins.
look up who her dad was in that show.
Oh my god. Continue.
I forget now.
Langston.
Yes.
So he's this up and coming politician.
Yeah.
He's doing is it governor or senator? He's going for
Senator.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he has this. Well, first of all, we go to his house and we meet Juicy,
The
his
dog. Juicy.
It's a little tiny. What kind of dog is that?
Pomeranian?
No, it's not a Pomeranian. It's a Shih Tzu or something.
Shih Tzu.
Who does not like Mo, and follows orders. This will come up later.
Okay, I don't think Tim Reed's in Pizza Hut commercials.
No, her dad, the guy who plays her dad in the Disney show.
Yeah, Tim Reed.
Let's see.
Guys.
Oh yeah, it's not him. What? We're allowed to have.
So Juicy, the fucking dog.
Yep.
Pomeranian Shih Tzu Chihuahua thing.
Who follows orders. Oh yeah, so then he has this big important dinner that he needs to go to, so he invites Mo to come along to this dinner.
Bad decision. Like, by the way, you just run into your ex on a fucking airplane and you go, "Hey, I'm meeting with someone to fund my campaign. Come with me."
As my date. A political campaign?
Like, that man is stupid.
Yeah.
That man just wanted a woman to stand there.
Absolutely.
And chew on some cherries.
Absolutely. But here's the thing. If you're like this is an ex. Assume that maybe some shit might be said that you do not want said at a political like.
Yeah.
That's like, hey, I got a job interview. I know I just bumped into you and we haven't seen each other since we broke up like 4 years ago. Do you want to come with me? It's an insane statement. Like, it's an insane thing to do.
Yeah.
And it ends with, like, I would love to hear your version of this.
I don't even know, but I'm okay. So my favorite part is not really the relationship between Langston and Mo, because you see it kind of coming a mile away. You see the little signs, like they show you the dog. He's got obviously control issues. He's going to be a senator. He wants his little poster child wife.
Yeah.
But my favorite is the old fuddy-duddy couple that is there. And so
that was Ned Beatty's last role, by the way.
So it's like this man who's in his 70s and a woman who is just as old as she is.
I remember their name. I don't remember what business they were. Like it was like Donaldson's, but they were like a mining corporation or something, or
like old money, obviously. Yeah. And what's very interesting is that the movie just does not hold back for a second on this particular interaction. And the gentleman just really starts in on some massively racist comments.
So what he says is like, he cuts to him a massive check. He's like, I like what I'm hearing. It's great, blah, blah, blah. He's like, this is going to be really good for you people.
No, he said
for your
it's
people.
All the good you can do for your people.
Yeah.
And here's the thing that gets me is that Langston, for all of his faults,
gets really upset by
to
this.
be so like controlling of Mo and blah, blah, like can't really get the impression that he's not going to sidestep this at all.
Yeah.
Like he's going to dig his heels in.
He tries to like
it,
give the rope a little bit, like, oh, you mean like the American people? Mm-hmm. And then this man's like, no, your people. And he's like, well, I'm from I don't remember, like Chicago. Do you mean Chicago people? He's like, no, black people. And it's like, oh God, like,
and he's like, Obama's the president, and which also was really a moment where I felt my age. When it was like, yeah, we're watching this movie from 2013, and it feels very 2013, and then he dropped, and Obama was president. And I was like,
can I ask a question too? Because then he brings up like obviously this is a racist person's version of like good black people. Like he's throwing out like Obama, and then he throws out Tiger Woods. Is 2013 not exactly when Tiger Woods had his DUI and then was revealed of sleeping with like 20 prostitutes?
This might have been shot before that came out.
I'm just saying it's around that time. Like
I know it was ambiguous. I was like, "Is Tiger Woods good or bad?" I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Where are we at? What timeline are we in right now?
But like, some massive kudos need to go out to the actress who played the older wife, because
she doesn't say a word.
She didn't get a single line, and she conveyed the most anxiety and discomfort.
Just eating her cherries on her Shirley Temple.
Just the death stare to one down as she's just eating the Shirley Temple cherries. Like, make him stop.
So good.
And then what's the joke that makes the old dude laugh?
Oh, I bet you Tiger Woods would be driving a Bentley and calls his papa Earl.
The blackest thing about Tiger Woods is that he drives an Escalade and his dad's name is Earl.
Yeah.
And it's like no one comes off good in that scene.
Well, isn't it like Langston implies that Tiger Woods isn't black, and then she cracks that joke?
Yeah. Yeah, because Langston then makes a comment of like he doesn't represent African American ideals at the same time, because like
he doesn't represent African American culture.
Yeah,
and then
it's a very weird scene. Like I don't know who the writer was going for here, or like because I thought, okay, they're now making like the racial, the old white politician. Like, okay, we're at best lampooning, at most making a commentary on this, and then everyone keeps saying shit, and I'm like, am I supposed to be on anyone's side? What is happening right now?
Yeah.
And so then they go back to Langston's house.
Yes.
Where we find out that Langston is a piece of shit.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And he just straight up is just like, no, I just need a woman who can listen and take orders.
Mm-hmm. Now, I
like
will say,
juicy.
Mark, what time are we at?
46.
Okay, we got time. I was just like, because we got like most of the movie to cover from here on out.
I know,
but
there's
we
jumped a decent amount to unpack in this.
Yeah, we jumped a bit ahead. I mean, at this point, she then leaves Langston and calls her buddy at like fucking 2 a.m. and is like, I need a ride.
Yeah,
And then that's on the way back from there is where we're talking about the dream sequence where they have their kind of romance moment where she falls asleep on his arm in the car and wakes up again in the car, but thinks that she's had this like childhood reconnection moment with William.
Yeah, so they have this
with by the way,
big...
with Mr. Wright.
Oh, yeah.
His last name's Wright.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they have this whole big dream sequence of, he's broken up with his girlfriend. They're reconnecting. They're dancing. They're reminiscing. They start making out.
She's not broken up. No. Here's the thing. When she comes over, her grandmother is sick. That is all she knows.
Right.
He's not,
yeah.
She has a fucking fuck dream without even thinking that the girlfriend's out of the picture.
That's true.
She lets him stethoscope her butt. With a toy stethoscope.
No, I still stand by that she is reminiscing about actual childhood memories. She's
It's a dream. It's a dream.
Yeah.
It's a dream.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I think everyone has had sex dreams with someone in a committed relationship before. Wow.
Yeah, that's all you're going to get.
Leave me hanging. Wow. Oh, no.
Absolutely.
Jesse, you are the only person in this room who has not been married before?
Yes. Yeah. Legally speaking, yes.
I'm sorry, can we unpack that?
Pops don't count.
Also, in any other way, but I just like to say legally speaking because that's really the only version of marriage.
Technically, if you live with somebody for more than 6 months, you're common law, so. Or did they up it to a year? I don't know.
I don't know. Let us know in the comments what common law is.
Yes, please comment below.
Yeah.
What are the rules for common law in your province and or state?
And if you want to comment anything about this episode, just don't. We will delete your comments on let's hear about common law relationships.
Nothing else allowed.
Yeah.
So she wakes up. It was all a dream.
All right, Biggie.
Also, when she... After the dream sequence, she gets a text message from somebody, and this was obviously done for the purposes of filming an insert, where they crank that font size up to fucking 11.
Oh, all the texts were like, because they wanted to show like not just the screen, obviously they wanted to have like a bit of a frame. When later in the movie it's like stop this man, everyone's on font size like 28 on their phones, and then
It's huge.
No, but then the picture that comes through of him is
tiny.
like a stamp, and it's like stop this man. He looks like this, and here's his name.
Yeah, so that whole dream sequence thing, and you're like, up to that point, it was kind of implied that they're just like childhood friends. Like sometimes in a movie, you just have the person that's the childhood friend. He's got the girlfriend.
The lobster scene made it obvious.
Yeah, but like a little bit. But then he's still got like this girlfriend who has done nothing wrong.
I guess at that point she isn't really suspicious.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
there's nothing.
Yeah.
There's no reason to
that's
be
fair.
suspicious of his girlfriend or her intentions. But it just lays it flat out, like halfway through the movie, that she's gonna end up with this guy.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it's like you couldn't
She's asleep on his arm going, William.
But like you couldn't leave it be a little more subtle and build it up to the end of the movie.
Did anything in this movie think that you were going to be like subtle or like gentle with anything that was going to happen? We started with a woman dumping a barrel of nuts in a dude's crotch.
So, anyways, then we meet Jimon Hansu
Is that? No, then we have a montage.
of more dates and stuff.
Yeah, but like we need to talk about the montage because it's like she's seeing a lot of guys. One dude tries to like consume her, from like a better word. Like he goes to kiss her hand and then just like starts like going up and pulling her towards him. And she's like, no, God, stop, what the fuck? And then one of them, I don't know how I feel about the gay scene. Because like she's chasing a guy through the airport and then she loses track of him. She's going down the escalator and as she's going down, she sees him kiss a guy. And I don't know if they played as like heartbreak or like ooh. And I feel like that's never okay, but like 2013 is particularly late for that type of punchline, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember this.
It's in the montage. It's so fast.
She's just like she realizes that the dude got off the plane and she's running after him, and then she finally like gets to where she can see him, and he walks up to another man and kisses him, and then just has this like weird like.
As she drifts down the escalator, standing still, she's just like I think they were going for like, oh fuck, like, you know, this is no longer an option, you know, but it does feel like a weird beat of like, oh, he's gay, like I don't know, it felt weird. Maybe I'm reading into it. Maybe I'm being a snowflake. I don't know.
I don't remember it.
Yeah, so after montage, she ends up on a flight, and Christina Milian, who's Mr. Wright's girlfriend, comes on with like a Guido, and she's like, "Oh, we broke up. But just because the wound is fresh, like, don't tell him about this." And she's like, that's bullshit.
Yeah, she's like, no, don't talk to him about it because it's fresh, and it'll be hard on him to talk about the breakup. And it's like she's cheating on him and doesn't want him to find out.
Yeah. And then
which also, why would you fly on the airline of your boyfriend's best friend?
Again, the statistics and
yeah.
Here's the thing, don't cheat.
Why does the best friend not say anything? Like Mo really doesn't go out of her way.
She does. So remember, she lands in LA. She calls him.
Yep.
And then like an absolute... Wait, hold the fuck on. How did this timeline work out? Because...
No, there's more time than that.
No. Okay, because when she does call him, she's like, hey, you can talk to me. He, in her mind, because she's an idiot, he hasn't brought up the breakup.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to talk about it. She's like,
yeah.
hey, we're friends. You can talk to me about this. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then the girlfriend's like, yoink. Oh, you got another call? I'll let him know. Merry Christmas, bye. Turns off phone. And Mr. Wright's like, that seems like a legit interaction.
That was normal. Yeah, that was a normal thing to do.
She's like, what are you drawing there? What's that little thing? I like that thingy. This is dialogue from the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so did he do landscaping?
I think like general construction.
Okay, so he was doing like a floor plan or something
like
that. Yeah. Okay.
So then we meet Jimon Hansu, who is my favorite character from this film.
I would have gone for him.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would have sucked his cranberry dick.
Good to know, Jesse. So what is they just bump into each other, right?
So after she gets off the phone trying to tell Will about his cheating girlfriend, she like just drinks herself silly at the bar and has a karaoke moment that everyone's fine with and just allows that to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then Jimon Hansu comes up and is like, "Hey, come drink with me." And then he owns the hotel. And then the montage,
he does bring up the fact that they know each other, and
because he was a regular
he was a regular flyer.
Yeah.
And he was like specifically booking the seat next to him so that it would be an empty seat so that he could have her sit down and talk to her. Mm-hmm. And it was one of those, like, he actually, like, there was this flight attendant that he started talking to and he kind of had a crush on her. So he kept he would always just like book an extra seat so that
she could neglect her job. Yeah.
If he got her on a flight, he could just be like, no, just come and sit with me. So it's actually like where there was a potential relationship building already. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. They've set a foundation for this is something long term. Mm-hmm. He flies so much that they know each other fairly well.
Yeah, it felt like the healthiest of like the
absolutely.
Yeah.
So he owns the hotel and
turns out he is stupid rich.
I will say I do love the like one of my favorite like camera or like storytelling beats in this is the montage of the night progressing into dawn. I actually really like that lock off shot of like there aren't people drinking. There's less people leaving. There's everyone's gone, and there's like the edge of dawn. I'm assuming they probably did sunset, and then the edge of day, and then it's daytime, and then it's like mid morning by the time they actually stop and have a conversation. Like it was a nice like the night got away from them type of storytelling beat. I really liked that. Now here's a plot hole. So he offers her not a proposal, an offer. I think he said. Mm-hmm. To take her around the world, to ask her to take a year off and just travel with him and just live adventure and excitement and luxury and just do what she's never had a chance to do.
Yes, and he's taking a sabbatical.
Yes,
to take a year off and just travel.
Now I don't know this for sure, so I'm talking my ass, but I do want to ask the question: are we to imply that she only ever flies domestic as her job? Yeah. Because I have friends who are flight attendants who straight up just fucking use that to vacation very easily for long periods of time. And she seems to be doing this for a while, and it's almost like she's never seen the world, which is insane.
I think it is kind of implied that she is purely on domestic flights.
But the fact is, she's never taken time off and used like her job discount to see, because she's like, I'm like, my romantic getaway is Paris. I've never been.
Yeah.
Well, how the fuck, if you work as a flight attendant, have you never been to Paris or anywhere outside the United States? It seems.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Like, it really hammers home, like, he's offering her something that she could never achieve, when literally the biggest perk of her job is the ease of travel. She can take a shift to go somewhere and then just not take a shift back. Mm-hmm. That's a thing that flight attendants do quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. So...
Sorry, that really irked me.
No, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
I was like, okay, like, not to break the movie, because this movie's stupid, but, like, it was, like, a thing of, like, they really kind of leveraged that like, choice. Like, she had to choose one or the other, and I'm like, no, you could do whatever the fuck you want and also just go anywhere you want, because you work for a goddamn airline. She works for, is it Transatlantic?
It's Transalliance.
Okay, I was going to make it Transatlantic.
It's a fake airline.
Then you go across the Atlantic.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Anyways, so she turns him. He's very sweet about it. Because he owns the hotel, he gives her a hotel room for the night, gives her some time to think about it.
He says like if marriage is something you need, then this isn't for you. Like he basically puts the cards on the table, like, I'm offering you this, but if you need something else in your life, like,
that's fine.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she goes down to the hotel room. He's left a gift for her. It's this nice diamond tennis bracelet.
Yeah. He probably killed someone to get it. That's the death we didn't see that Jimon Hounsey did.
This is actually years later after his previous life in Blood Diamond.
Oh, dark. He
took that diamond and he used it.
It's very dark.
Also, same with Taye Diggs. He is the same character from Rent. And he's worked his way up and he's a politician now. She invites Jimon Hansu to come to her sister's rehearsal dinner.
Again, healthy move. Definitely what your sister wants at her rehearsal dinner.
And
take that thunder. Suck it up.
Mom is instantly like, oh, you're going to announce that you're getting married. You're coming to the rehearsal dinner and you're going to tell everybody that you're getting married.
Well, she does throw this guy at her mom to get her off her back.
Yeah.
And then the mom just runs with it.
Yeah. And Mom is still a shitty person.
Uh-huh. Let me blow your mind. Despite a single conversation they have, she remains it the whole film.
Yep. So they go to the rehearsal dinner. Jimon Hansu does not show up.
He was busy.
He was busy. He couldn't come.
He does come later and it's like, oh shit, I'm sorry, I was busy. Like, there's a...
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
Again, perfect man.
What's his name shows up? Langston shows up. And tries to make somewhat of an apology.
He makes a grand gesture. That's the best I'll say it.
Yeah, there's somebody makes a line about, oh yeah, like, strong women in charge, and he's just like looks at another dude and he goes, well, like when it's appropriate, right? And just like knowingly pats a guy on the shoulder. Of like, now, like we know that we still need to put them in their place, but we once in a while we'll let them feel. She's such a douchebag.
Yeah.
I love how when she's giving the speech about how she has like no prospects in sight, and he just holds up the ring and like shakes it, like.
Yeah, so she turns him down. Like she does not want anything to do with this man. Yeah, and then she won't
even vote for it because she doesn't trust black Republicans.
Which was
again is a quote.
One of my favorite lines in the movie, though. But that's hilarious. When she's like, there's zero prospects, and he's just sitting there, like, laid back, like, I tried.
Yeah.
So she turns him down. Oh, and we should mention that Buddy leaves.
Because Will was trying to... He gives her a gift that's like a Cracker Jack box.
It's the Cracker Jack box that has a ring in it.
Yeah. He wants to propose to her because, again, this is how healthy... Because he finds out, I guess just through natural means, that Taylor's cheating on him.
Yeah. Somehow he finds out.
We just cut to him packing up boxes of her stuff.
She gone.
Yeah.
And... Yeah, so he, like, kind of Christmas gift is going to propose to her, but they get in a fight, so he storms off, and then he leaves, whatever. She turns down Langston. Also, when Langston is trying to propose, and her mom is just like he goes, will you marry me? And the mom jumps up and yells, yes.
Yes. And then you don't even know each other, and she's like, hi, nice to meet you. Like, that's her, like, oh, you're right, my bad. Hey, no. How are you? And he's like, I'm fine, thanks. And she's like, now you can marry him? Like, what the fuck?
Like, just pushing it so hard.
Yeah. And then so anyways, is after that when the mom has like the moment of like,
yeah, so
I'm sorry, I only ever loved your dad?
Yeah.
Is the thing?
And then we also find out that he died. But here's where logic goes out the fucking window. She implies that the reason I was trying to force my kids into marriage was because I wanted them to have a good marriage, and so you need to get married as fast as possible to whoever proposes so that you have somebody to love like I loved your father, which is the most ass-backwards logic ever. It's just like, I loved your father so much, and he was everything to me, so I just want you to marry whoever proposes first so that you can have that same amazing relationship.
There's even that beat of, like, originally back when the sister announces she's engaged, Mo's like, you're, like, a freshman in college, like, you should maybe, like, feel it out a little bit, and then that gets paid off decently well, actually, at the end, when the guy's like, I only proposed because your mom pushed for it, like, can we wait? And she's like, oh yeah, we can definitely wait to get married.
Yeah. Like, yeah, then you find out the only reason the sister's getting married is because the mom, like, went to the sister's boyfriend and was like, you need to propose.
Yeah, ring by spring. Oh, ring by... It's a whole thing.
We had a joke about it when I was growing up, and it was bridal college. Was anybody who went to Bible college. You would graduate high school, have fun for the summer, go off to Bible college, which I assure you is a thing. It's tragedy, but it's a thing. And then the whole thing is that people would come back the following spring engaged.
Yeah. Ring by spring.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so then she realizes that she can be her own person, and she has a great moment with her two friends of like, I'm happy with my life. Let me open this box. And like Pandora's box, she opens this present, and the misogynist will to get married jumps back into her body, and she's like, I need to find my best friend and marry him. It was like watching a demon possess someone.
Can we also mention for a brief second, this is also when Jimon comes back.
Jimon Hansu, yes.
Yes, and he pulls up outside, and Adam Brody says, who's that, the king of Zamunda?
That is a lie.
So we didn't even get very far before another movie we've watched on this show is referencing a previous movie we've watched on this show.
Yep.
What's that reference from?
Coming to
America.
America.
The fake country that Eddie Murphy's from, Zamunda.
Yeah. So anyway, so now we're doing the classic thing where he's gonna get on a plane to France because he bought her a ring and a ticket to France. Where there was some beat where the girlfriend wanted to go to Italy, and Mo has this weird asshole opinion of like, Italy's not fucking romantic, France is romantic, even though Italy's very romantic. And so they do like the classic like airport chase. By the way, is it explained why she just doesn't fucking call him?
Nope.
Okay,
no,
that's
one
of my notes.
At this point.
One of my notes. They ignore that. She's racing and she's contacting all her friends to delay him. To the point that I thought this man was about to get a cavity search, by the way, because Cedric gets him at one point and is like, "Oh shit!" and basically like takes him behind a fogged glass. And at one point, his boxes are down. I was like, "Are we gonna have like the cute like kiss moment at the end after this man has had a hand up his asshole after Cedric worked him like a puppet?" Sadly, didn't happen. I think that would be a much better version of the movie. Of like, imagine they're on a honeymoon, right? And you're like, man, like I'm so glad you found me in that airport. Like, oh, it was the craziest thing. I contacted all my friends to like delay you, and he's like, all your friends? Yeah. Are you friends with the security guy? Yeah. Why? Well.
Let's just say it awoken something in me.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Anyway, so they do the terminal rush, the classic.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. And then because she thinks she misses the plane, and then
he never got on
after her. Yeah.
But there's a reason. There's like a.
Oh, somebody told him the wrong gate. Somebody told him to go to the wrong gate. She printed
the wrong gate on the boarding pass.
She printed the wrong gate. Okay, there we go. That makes sense then, because something that bugged me, and it's not a continuity other than when he goes to the gate, and then when she gets there and says, "Oh no, I'm sorry, you're closed," it's a different woman, and I was like, "That's a weird, just double background beat. Why don't you use the same backgrounder?" It was a different gate.
It's a different gate. Yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah,
someone gave a shit. Okay, someone paid attention. Go
now. So that's how the main story ends. Nina, how does the story end for the two best friends?
Oh,
do you want to take us through the ending? They're in the cab at the end.
Yeah, that's a funny little button.
By the way,
the end of this.
One small beat. The best line from Adam Brody of all time is in the montage of them trying to get a cab. and he doesn't want to sit in the middle, and he yells out, "I don't want to sit, bitch." It's just a weird beat to have. It's like I'm not sitting,
arguing
bitch.
about the cab at the last second. I was like, this is really annoying. So it ends. She finds her true love with Will in the airport, and then we cut to, for whatever reason, the two of them, Gail and Sam, heading home, and they're both talking about this great date that they have coming up. Only to discover that they're both dating the exact same
Who
guy.
is the manager of the Renaissance Fair?
What?
No.
He's the manager of a hotel.
Oh, I misheard that. I thought it was a Renaissance Fair. I was like, this is way more exciting. I want that movie.
No. He's the manager of a hotel.
Oh, the Renaissance Hotel. Okay, there we go. That makes more sense. I was like a manager of a Renaissance Fair. I was like, I love this plot beat. This is great. Also, I thought they were gonna be like threesome.
I love the
clearly he's
idea. Like, Gail and Sam are so opposite of each other.
Yeah.
Like, just so completely opposite.
attracted to the same-
I love the
same man.
idea that this man is dating both of them.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
And then
That's
that was baggage claim.
Yeah, that was.
I only had one note that we didn't really get, or two of them, which was her voiceover was like surprisingly earnest. Like usually the VOs are like, "You're probably wondering how I get here," record scratch shit. Like it was pretty
good.
like, it felt genuine-ish. Didn't feel all this stuff to like I've never been kissed and I want to find a boy that wants to kiss me. Like it was none of that shit.
I wasn't overly impressed with her acting in general, but
Yeah, but no one was bad. I don't think anyone was like bad,
no one was like bad.
If anything, they were like cartoonish, but it was like they were like, it was a lot of the exes who were like made to be a caricature. They were not characters; they were like forced into characters. The other one is like, it's decently shot. Like it's commendably shot. It's commendably edited together. I think it's well made on like a structural level. I just didn't enjoy it.
No.
Yeah. So what's our ratings?
I want to go last.
Okay. As a film, as a rom-com, like it was okay. It wasn't overly funny. It wasn't overly great. It had some really weird plot points, but whatever. I'm gonna give it like 5.5 out of 10.
Yeah. I just based on just the garbage idea that it's pushing forward, like I want to give it a 4.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is like it's. I'm so torn because like on a fundamental filmmaking level, I agree with Zach. It's like 5.5, 5-ish, but I do think because it kind of like there's the moral aspect of like, should this movie be pushing this, but there's also the petty aspect I have of like, it's hoity-toity about the message it's pushing. It's like, guys, we figured out the moral truth.
Yeah,
and it's like, fuck you, no, you haven't. Fuck off. I would say 3.
Yeah, all right.
This movie preached to me a bad sermon.
Yeah,
Don't like
no,
it.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Pass.
Yeah. No smash, only pass.
Swipe left.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Super
on that note, next week the algorithm has chosen Animal House for us to watch. So if you would like to watch it ahead of next week's episode and have a
Choose
little
me for that one.
better idea of what's going on, no, Mark and Jacob will be joining me for that episode.
Why don't we get the fun ones? We got Battle for Endor.
I love Battle for Endor.
Small caveat.
Jesse, why didn't we get the fun ones last week's episode? Fucking gold.
Okay, that's fair. But I gotta talk about Battle for Endor with Nina for a second. I just need you to know this. So Nina had never seen the Star Wars movies, as we established. I showed her the scene from Return of the Jedi where one of the Ewoks gets blown up and the other one shakes the body slowly.
Oh no! Why would you do that?
Because now she has emotional attachment to Ewoks, and I felt like she needed to know that. So, you're welcome. Anyways,
Like the second most emotional moment in all of Star Wars.
yeah.
Yeah, today was a great
The
day
first
to show
one.
me something to make me cry. It was lovely.
Okay, well, that was another episode of the Random Cinematic Universe, the show where we have our films chosen at random, and we are forced to watch and discuss said films. That was Baggage Claim. We'll see everybody next week.
Also, apologize for the continuity errors. You can see that we're recording these out of order.
Oh yeah, no, we are 100% recording out of order.
So
and
we did Baggage Claim first, then we're gonna do Lovers for Another Planet, and then the next two. It's gonna be chaos.
Yeah, so I'm actually, when I referenced last week's episode, we haven't recorded it yet. I'm
Yeah, and next
20 minutes.
Next week is like 3 recordings away from us.
Yeah.
Movie magic.
Anyways, bye-bye.
Gonna make it rain in the bed.
Gonna make it rain. Gonna make it so wet.
Gonna dive on in.
Legitimate. Okay.
Oh yeah, dude, that song fucking slaps.